in all reality, I could recall myself living with.
That's what I was thinking, something like that for like the band or something, you know, just something
Absolutely. More good times and good friends, absolutely. For most of the time, we used to go to church
simple. We
down the hill in Newark. And there used to be a chicken shack around the corner, like, you know, niggas get chicken, like, we wanted chicken, Italian cheeseburgers, but it was during church hours. We used to sneak around there sometimes, but most of the time we got permission. We knew what was going on. We never had no trouble going to this chicken shack. It was in the hood, it was down the hill.
Yeah.
Down Martin Luther King and all that, you know what I mean? Around High and Spooks, but the thing about it, our church burnt down, you know what I mean? They were covered like in the boys club until, you know, their new church was built up. The church name was Phillips. At the same time, we went to the church, we used to go to this chicken shack, you know what I mean? We used to go around and get our sandwiches. The church burned down, like here it is, like 10 years later, I'm no longer in the foster home living with the family. I respect the family too, but the thing about it is, here it is 10 years later, I never knew that the same chicken shack in the same neighborhood, because we lived up the hill in Ivy Hill, but we came down the hill to church. I never knew that 10 years later, this would be the neighborhood that I'd be selling and peddling drugs at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And my church used to be down here. I never knew, and it took one day for me to realize I was down there walking. This is around the time it was hot, like police was out. I had to get away from my building. I'm down there walking, and I walked down that way to the chicken shack. The thing about it, the chicken shack is up. Now the chicken shack is not there. It's something else now, like buses and everything. But the funny shit about it, the chicken shack is up, and I walk past it. And I walk past the block where the church used to be at. It was just a lot. And I looked and I said, damn, you know what's crazy? I used to be down here when I was younger. Going to church, you know what I mean? Like, wow, who would ever know where I used to be at my growth younger at going to church? This is the same area 10 years later that I'll be peddling crack at, like selling drugs. You know what I mean? The shit that sent me away for a minute. You know what I mean? And this, I remain that block where the church was on. I remain that block remained to be one of them blocks that, if the block was hot and anything was going down, police, or I ain't like how I look, I would walk through this block. This block was like sort of peaceful. This was a block that'll lead me from my hood to downtown Newark to most of the stores.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Anybody know this area, know.
It's a whole new meaning to like the term small world.
And anybody that lived in a life in the past with me, I know he telling the truth. Phillips was down there. You know what I mean? My stepbrother will tell you that. But at the same time, I never knew 10 years, 9 years later. Not even that, a shorter time than that probably. You know what I mean? Because I was there before my bid in 2000. And after, that this would be the area. But yeah, this area sent me away. So I used to go to church down here. I never put it together until I realized I remained that whole side of peaceful area. I never made a sell or try to do anything. That side was always leading me out. Like anytime I made it to that side, I knew I was free. And free wasn't free from the lifestyle, I was just free from the area, the heat. If anybody fuck with me out in this area, it ain't because of what they see me, it's because what they notice or who they may know who I am. You know what I mean? It's nothing about, oh, he pedaling this way. Nah. Anytime I went this way, it's to jump on a bus, get a cab, go cop something from the store, I'm gone, I'm getting ghosts. I always walked up out of my neighborhood too. I had Celica, I had a little green Lex. I never parked like right on the block. If I parked right on the block, I was never there too long. I couldn't do that. Like, it was crazy though. I would walk like 4 or 5 blocks out, jump in the car.
I got that tractor the other day. It's not a bad one. It's fast though, that's for sure.
The new one?
Yeah, I gotta do a few things to it before I'll give it to you.
Yeah, let me know, bro. Let me know.
Okay, I know it needs a belt for the mower deck, and I'm gonna check the spark plugs and stuff on it, and probably get new tires for it because they're a little old. But other than that, it runs perfectly fine, stuff like that.
Yeah, let me know.
Sharpen the blades.
That's the one you ride on?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me know. I'm into that.
So a little steering wheel and stuff, you know, like little shifters.
It's crazy. I'm into that. I rode a lawnmower for years in prison. Like, it's crazy where you learn things at, but you don't come out here and apply them, no. You go the other way. It's honest. It's true. It's only this real story. You don't apply none of that because you don't think that was like a job or anything. You think it was a lesson.
Already got a
why am I doing this?
new fuel filter for it that I'm gonna put on probably tonight. And then gotta get a new spring for the choke.
Take these notes and shuffle these, big bro. This is crazy, man. When we learn how to do this proper, we're gonna run that segment again and let them know how we feel. You know what I mean? I need to let them know about that. This is the same area I went to church. Not even almost 7, 8, 9 years later. I'm peddling crack. Wow. History. I couldn't even look at myself sometimes when I realized you could do better or you know better. But yeah, but I never did. Couldn't strengthen myself out. I didn't know why. It was crazy. And I really used to walk off my life. I don't know for what I left, who was there, what niggas was doing. I'm not into it, man. I'm not doing it. I couldn't fathom it, man.
I didn't even know it just rained, man. Luckily I didn't leave my windows down. It's nice out though.
That was a real story, man. That was like no other right there. I couldn't even play with you right there. That was so true. It's crazy, like the visions and the memories I have in my head. They never go extinct, like you keep them. Shit sort of haunt you, you know what I mean? Shit sort of haunt you.